It's Lukas from DW Travel. Welcome. Live on YouTube. It's 3 p.m. in Germany and I'm in Dresden. Unfortunately, my camera is telling me to turn around. I hope you can. I hope you can see everything well. This is me, Lukas from DW Travel, and we're live in Dresden. And today I'm going to take you on a tour through this beautiful city. All right. My colleagues told me to turn my phone around. So this is Dresden on the river Elbe. Yes, someone is asking if I heard the test siren. Yes, I heard the test siren and I'm listening to the wonderful voice of the people working over there, so there's a lot of noise going on here. Maybe you can hear it too. Anyway. So, like I said, this is Dresden in the east of Germany, pretty close to Czech Republic and Poland, and this is the river Elbe. Which, by the way, is famous for its Baroque architecture, and maybe you can already see that here. So I'm going to turn around a little. Alright, like I said, this is the river Elbe. It's 1,112 kilometers long and it originates in Czech Republic. That's all the way down that way. It flows through Germany and ends in the North Sea. Actually, I hope it's not too loud here. The guys are working over there and it's a little annoying. Maybe we go to another spot. I think it's better here. Alright, for those of you who've just joined, my name is Lukas, I'm from DW Travel. We're live on YouTube and I'm in Dresden. And the sun is coming out, finally. So the city is famous for its Baroque architecture and I'm gonna take you on a little tour today. So let's start. Down there you can see paddle steamers. It's a paddle steamer fleet and it's the oldest in the world. It consists of 9 paddle wheel steamers, most dating from the late 19th century. And when we're on that terrace, we can see those paddle steamers better. And believe it or not, hilly climbing area, more to the east, close to the Czech Republic. And this is the bridge I've been standing on. It's Augustus Bridge, crossing the river Elbe. So it connects the Innere Neustadt, that's on that side, with the historic city center here on the south side. And there has already been a bridge in the Middle Ages, and it was rebuilt between 1907 and 1910, and this is how it still looks today. And it seems that the construction's never over because last year when I was on that bridge there was already construction going on, and it hasn't happened that much so far. But let's continue. And right now we're at Brùhl's Terrace. And those trees, I remember that, they've been already green last year at that time. And, well, they're just starting their little blossoms. Okay, Marco Fuentes is saying that he's gonna visit Dresden when you're moving back to Berlin. Great. So let's all hope this. So I think the view is better from here, and you don't have the noise in the background. So there's the oldest and biggest paddle steam fleet in the world down there. And yes, you can actually book tickets right now. So you can go to Saxon, Switzerland, like I said, a hilly climbing area in the national park around the Elbe Valley. Or you can do a so-called Schlösserfahrt. That's starting at April 16th, so pretty soon, and you can take a look at the impressive Elbe castles and see the Baroque residential palace Pillnitz. Jose Matthews saying that DW was non-stop entertainment during this pandemic. We're happy to hear that! I love to entertain you! Oh, I'm very close, right? Okay, anyway. So I can see there are still some people joining. I hope all over the world. We're live here on YouTube. We've been doing this on Instagram last year, and well, right now we're trying YouTube. And I'm in Dresden, and I'm gonna take you on a tour through the historical city center and along the riverbanks of the river Elbe that you can see here. Marco Fuentes, desde España, muy bien. Okay, I think another interesting info is that it's windy. I hope it's not too annoying, and that from time to time the river water level rises. And in 2002 there was a big flood here in Dresden, and that was a huge problem. So you can imagine the water. That was a big problem for the city. So Dresden received significant damage when the Elbe River reached an all-time high of 9.4 meters. So, well, try to imagine that, seeing the river down there right now. So more than 30,000 people were evacuated from various neighborhoods throughout the city in that time. So this is Dresden in Germany, 3 p.m. here in Germany, and I'm on Brùhl's Terrace. Katie, watching from Ohio. I studied abroad in Dresden 6 years ago and miss it so much. Ha! Woohoo! So you've studied here. I hope you picked up some German. Yes, some people can't go to Germany right now because of the pandemic. Well, like I said, let's hope this is over soon, and then you can all come visit this beautiful country, and maybe Dresden. By the way, this is the Saxon State House, the Ständehaus. On the other side, you can find the higher regional court. Yes, someone is asking to explain the history of Dresden in World War II. When we were at Neumarkt, that's just around the corner, I can tell you something about that. Well, this terrace here is an architectural ensemble and tourist attraction. It's 500 meters long, so it stretches from there all the way down there, and it's 10 to 40 meters wide. And the other bridge you can see down there, that's Carola Bridge, and that's Augustus Bridge, where my tour started. By the way, this terrace I'm walking on has been opened to the public in 1814. Before it was just open for the nobility. So we're happy we can walk here. So if you want to, you can ask questions or comment on something if you want to, and I try to answer your questions while I'm walking through the city and explaining some of the buildings here in the city center of Dresden. Yeah, unfortunately, the comments they pop up a second and then they're gone. So I don't know if I can answer all your questions. Was the terrace damaged during World War II? Yep, pretty much everything in the city center of Dresden was destroyed during World War II. There was a big bombing in 1945. So they had to rebuild a lot of the buildings you can see in the historical city center. By the way, on my right, this is Dresden Academy of Fine Arts. You can study here. Yeah. So this is a university. Wow. Imagine studying here. And you have this view. I hope my hand is not too shaky. I'm already wearing gloves, but it's cold, so I have to switch from one arm to another in order not to to not feel. Ride the boats down there. Yes, you can. Actually, right now you can book tickets too. So, if you're good at arts and you applied here, Dresden Academy of Fine Arts, you could actually study in that building in the background and have the wonderful view without me. So this is Dresden at the River Elbe. And this is Dresden Academy of Fine Arts. Well, let's continue. Before this live stream, my colleagues told me not to talk too much, but this is hard for me because I like to talk. So from time to time I try to give you some silence so you can just enjoy the view, alright? If you have questions, just write it down and they pop up on my screen and I try to answer them. Like I said before, it's just a split second and I have to read fast. So if I don't answer your question, you can keep posting it like 2 or 3 times and I'll answer it. So this is the end of Brùhl's Terrace, and there you can see the so-called Albertinum sculpture collection and new masters gallery are housed in that building. What's the temperature? It's cold. I think it's 8 degrees. Oh, someone is posting 5 degrees Celsius. Yeah, something like that. But it feels like 20 below zero. So let's hope the sun comes out. Right now we're at Brùhlscher Garten. Brùhl's garden. And here I'd like to show you a monument. Those stairs are weird. They're too long and too flat. Hope it's not too windy. If that's the case, I can't change it anyway, so please don't complain. Oh, I already missed it. Ah, yeah. All right. Over there is a monument I'd like to show you. Yes, it's windy. Thanks for telling me that. Maybe when we're in the city center it stops being windy like that. Why are these trees without any green leaves? Well, we're in April and I think in a couple of weeks they'll be green. My favorite spot in Dresden, that's on the other side. There's a beer garden. Unfortunately, it's not open. So, here we have a monument. I wanted to show you. Maybe you guys can tell me what kind of monument is that? Someone just asked where there are people in the streets here in Dresden. Well, there is no lockdown. Of course, there are strict rules, but there's no lockdown like you can't go on the street. So the stores are closed. There's less people moving around, but still you can go outside, walk around, buy some stuff. No, I'm not the only one outside. Okay, in this park I'm the only one actually. But on the bridge there were some people, in the city center there are some people. I think I even saw some tourists, but this is nothing compared to the normal time before the pandemic. So Dresden is a pretty touristic city, so there are a lot of tourists here at normal times. So I think then when the pandemic's over, they all come back. It dates from the 1990s and it's supposed to show him in his studio. Yeah, Marco Fuentes, you're right. Es un pintor, Caspar David Friedrich. So he was a painter, Caspar David Friedrich, and today he's considered to be one of the most important artists of early German Romanticism. Something's written here in German for those of you who understand German. This might be interesting. Der Maler soll nicht bloß malen, was vor sich sieht, sondern auch, was in sich sieht. So the painter is not supposed only to paint what he's seeing in front of him or her, but also what he's seeing inside of his own. And if he's not seeing anything inside of his own, he shouldn't be painting at all what he's seeing in front of him. Aha, okay, interesting. So another walk around here. There you can see Caspar David Friedrich, famous painter, and this is a monument to commemorate his work and his life. I'll switch my hands again because it's cold. My arm's already numb. But I don't want to complain. I want to show you this beautiful city, Dresden, in the east of Germany, close to Poland and Czech Republic, in the state of Saxony. But before that, sorry, I need to put my mask on. So Give me a second. This is mandatory. And of course, I'm prepared. The beautiful blue one. Ha! Perfect. So, let's continue. On the left you can see again the Albertinum. And right now I'm going to the Neumarkt Square and the so-called Frauenkirche. I think that's the most famous spot here in Dresden. The Church of Our Lady. As you can see, there are some people here. So this is Frauenkirche. It's right in the city center, in the historical city center of Dresden. It's been destroyed during World War II. And it's ruined, and maybe that's why it's so famous. For 50 years served as a war memorial. But let me just walk around this church so you can see it from the other side, because that's the better view. I'm almost alone. There are some people, but I'm almost alone. So I'm Lukas from DW Travel. We're live on YouTube and I'm taking you on a tour through Dresden, a city in the far east in Germany. It's 3:30 p.m. in Germany and right now we're at Neumarkt Square, and behind me is the Church of Our Lady. There's some construction going on here. I think a lot of cities in Germany try to use this mandatory break during the coronavirus crisis to refurbish a little bit. Someone asked if Dresden is my hometown. No, it's not. I live in Leipzig. That's like an hour by train from here. Uma is asking if it's mandatory to wear a mask here. Yes, in the city center it's mandatory, and I can show you that I'm not lying. Look here, it says Maskenpflicht, so it's mandatory to wear a mask. I can see a lot of people not wearing a mask, but I do so. Anyway, this is a good spot to see the Frauenkirche. Like I said, it's a landmark of Dresden. It was destroyed during World War II, and its ruins for 50 years served as a war memorial. Well, after German reunification in 1990, the nations from around the world helped to have it rebuilt. And it now serves as a symbol for intercultural understanding and a testament to reconciliation. The church is normally open to visitors, and from time to time there have an organ concert, but well, it's not open today, so we won't go inside. So just let me turn around a little bit. This is Neumarkt Square. Well, in the past, everything was built in Baroque style. And, well, someone asked before, and here's the answer. Everything you can see here, I'll turn around again. Everything you can see here was destroyed in World War II. So now you see mainly modern buildings here. And more, there are to be reconstructed in the Dresden Baroque style. At least that's the plan. Let's hope it works out. Okay, I told you the church is closed, but I'm already here, so I can just check it out. I can see that you're commenting and asking questions. I said before that it's hard to read it because it just pops up and then it disappears, and I try to show you the city at the same time, so I'm having a hard time to answer all your questions. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm just trying to enter the church. Let's see. It's closed. So you can see there are a few people here. Some are wearing masks, some don't wear masks. Well, as long as they all keep their distance, and it's alright, I guess. So again, this is Neumarkt Square in Dresden. And in World War II, everything around here has been destroyed. It was rebuilt, so there are a lot of modern buildings around here. That's what you can see at Neumarkt. Okay. Another look at the beautiful Church of Our Lady. That's it. Let's keep going. So my name is Lukas, I'm from DW Travel. We're live on YouTube. I take you on a tour through Dresden. I'm wearing a mask because in the city center you have to wear a mask. So someone said that, I couldn't read the name, Harvey, sorry, that Dresden is on your bucket list. That's a good one. So after the pandemic, I'll recommend you to come to Dresden. We keep going. And this is the next spot I'd like to show you here in Dresden. The so-called Fürstenzug, procession of princes. I tried to find a spot so you can see the whole thing. Like that. As you can see, it's a large mural of a mounted procession of the rulers of Saxony, so the state. It's 102 meters long, from here all the way down that way. So it is located on the outer wall of Dresden Castle's stables courtyard, and it displays the ancestral portraits of 35 margraves, electors, dukes and kings. Basically, important persons in the history of Saxony. Well, and unfortunately, it's raining from time to time here, so to make the work waterproof, it was replaced with 23,000 porcelain tiles between 1904 and 1903, making it the largest porcelain artwork in the world. Let's get closer so you can see the porcelain. Oh, my arm is too short. I can't go any closer. Let's see. And it's waterproof. That's why it's in good shape. Let me head to the other side so you can take a look at the Fürstenzug again. And in the last third of this procession, of this mural, that's a very important person. Let's see if we can find him. Augustus the Strong, Augustus the Second. He's gotta be here somewhere. Ah, I already found him. There he is. Augustus the Strong. Yes. Why is that guy so important for Dresden? He's perhaps the best remembered. He's perhaps best remembered as a patron of the arts and architecture. So he had beautiful palaces here in the city. It's getting windy. I'm trying to find another spot. Sorry for the wind. I think it's not annoying here. So down there is Augustus the Strong. And he had beautiful palaces built in Dresden, and he started a systematic collection of paintings that are now on display in the Old Masters Gallery at Zwinger Palace, where we are going later on. But he is like an important person for this city. He liked to build, he liked to collect, well, and people profited from that. So he's got his space here on the mural. Augustus the Strong. Once again, there he is on his horse. Yeah. Curly hair. Nice! I know it's windy. Might be annoying because of the microphone. It's annoying me too. Alright. So around the corner over there, there's Augustus Bridge again. Try to hide behind this monument here because of the wind. This is Dresden Cathedral. It's always been the most important Catholic church in the city. So the Frauenkirche is Protestant and this one's Catholic here. You can see it because there's a cross on top. It's a Catholic church. And it is one of the burial sites of the House of Wettin, including Polish monarchs. Built from 1739 to 1754 in the late Roman Baroque style. Yes, and of course, there's another construction site here. Someone is saying that the black patches on the buildings are bullet holes from the Second World War. Actually, I'm not sure about that. So, Dresden Cathedral, a Catholic church. Yes, someone is saying the older the stones get, the darker they get. That might be right. But I'm not a scientist. I'm a reporter. I can't tell you if that's true. Anyway, let's continue our tour from Dresden Cathedral to Dresden Castle. It's through this tunnel here. Ay, this is a little spooky. Okay, that's the next stop on our tour. That's Dresden Castle, at least a bit of it. It's a Renaissance building, and it's one of the city's oldest. Over the centuries, it has served as a residence for electors and kings of Saxony. And today, it houses the Dresden State Art Collections. So, another museum. Well, the castle, like most buildings in Dresden, was destroyed during the Second World War. In 1985, while Dresden was still under East German communist rule, reconstruction work began, and it is still ongoing. So they have a lot to do to refurbish this beautiful building in the background. Ah, what's that? Okay, actually this is This is part of sightseeing too. They have hot coffee. Maybe it's time for a coffee. Maybe I can sneak in and grab a coffee. Maybe you guys give me a second, or I'll just take you with me. Let's see. Hallo, Entschuldigung. Hallo, Tag. Gibt's hier lecker Kaffee zum Mitnehmen?
Ja.
Ja?
Ja.
Okay, so einen kleinen Kaffee bitte zum Mitnehmen.
Ja. Okay. Gut. Ja, alles klar. Gut. Ja, bis dahin. Jo, tschüss. So, ein kleiner Kaffee.
Ja, ich bitte darum.
Ja, 2,80 sind es da bitte bei Ihnen. Genau, suchen Sie sich mal Ihr Geld raus und ich gehe schon mal Kaffee machen.
Okay. The store is beautiful. They have chocolate, sweets, and coffee, of course. 2,80? Just a second. I'll grab that coffee and then we continue the tour through Dresden, okay? Just a second.
Wollen Sie da Milch und Zucker?
Nee, einfach so.
Einfach so.
Schwarz, genau richtig. 2,80 waren das, ne?
2,80.
Ja. Schick mal hier hin.
No, dann können wir da.
Look what they have here. Beer made of cacao. This is crazy. I haven't seen this before. It says cacao meets beer. Mm-hmm. Well, and sweets and chocolate and, well, all the good stuff. Everything I like. I know you want to see Dresden and the historical city center, but just give me a break, 2 or 3 minutes. I'll grab a coffee and we continue the tour, okay?
Wobei ich immer noch brauche, ein bisschen Deckel.
Mit Deckel wäre besser, sonst schwappt das alles über. Ja, danke schön. Dankeschön. Ich freue mich, dass Sie aufhaben. Ist frisch draußen, ne?
Wir freuen uns auch. 20 Cent für Sie zurück.
Jo, danke.
Telefon.
Nee, danke.
Oh, ist nicht so viel los heute, aber an sich.
Nee, aber ich bin doch da.
Ja, naja, es kommt immer mal jemand vorbei und
Prima.
möchte mit uns reden. Aber wenn das Wetter schön ist, sind die auch.
Prima. Na dann hoffentlich geht's bald wieder los, ne?
Ja, ich denke mal, am Wochenende soll es ja wieder schöner werden.
Ja.
So, das noch mal.
Vielleicht komme ich wieder.
Ja, danke.
Dankeschön. Tschüss.
Tag Ihnen noch. Tschüssi.
Ha, that's it. This is me and my coffee. And in order to drink the coffee, I need to put the mask down. Ah, oh, köstlich. Okay. So we continue our tour. So in the background, Dresden Cathedral, and here we have Dresden Palace, Castle. Biggest treasure chambers in Europe, boasting some 4,000 exhibits. And Augustus the Strong, the guy we've seen on the mural, was the first to present these masterpieces of court culture to the public in 1724. think the coffee was my best idea, because right now I'm holding a coffee, some information on paper, and the cell phone. Anyway, we continue. This is me, I'm Lukas from DW Travel. We're live on YouTube in Dresden, in the historical city center. And I'm showing you around. Since traveling is not possible or very restricted due to the pandemic, I can take you around on a virtual tour. And I hope you enjoy it. We continue to Taschenbergpalais, a very famous hotel. So let me try to read your comments. Okay. Alright, this is the famous Taschenbergpalais. I need to put the coffee down. So I can... wie ist der Kaffee? Hat jemand? Ja, der Kaffee ist lecker. Der ist gut. Der gibt mir jetzt nochmal so einen richtigen Push. So someone is asking, how's the coffee? The coffee's good. And it's giving me the necessary energy for this tour. I try not to shake too much with the cell phone, but believe me, it's a little tough with my notes, with my coffee, and the cell phone at the same time. So this is the Taschenbergpalais. It's a hotel, and the name is derived from the Taschenberg. So Berg means hill. There was a hill on which the building was once erected and which is no longer recognizable today. So you have to imagine a hill here. And as you can see, there's a lot of construction going on. It's a little bit annoying, but I mean they're doing a great job there, refurbishing Dresden. The hotel seems to be open, but only to guests, to business guests. So right now, my watch is sliding down my wrist. I have to put you down again. Sorry. Just give me a second. Ha! My beautiful watch. So this is the Taschenbergpalais, a hotel, like I said. The building was constructed at the beginning of the 18th century at the edge of Dresden's old town during the heyday of the Dresden Baroque period as a gift from King Augustus the Strong for his mistress, Constantia von Cosel. This all belongs to the hotel. After its destruction in 1945 until 1992, it was a ruin like the Dresden Castle, with which it is connected. There's a lot going on here. So, we continue our tour through Dresden. Right now we're headed to Zwinger Palace. I'm trying to finish my coffee because inside that building I have to put the mask on. Yeah. Done. Okay. So, let's head into Zwinger Palace. Here they explain the rules, what you can and what you can't do. Okay, this is a bit creepy. I'm alone in Zwinger Palace. Actually, it's a privilege. So Zwinger Palace is one of the most important buildings of the Baroque era. Okay, someone is thanking us for making these videos because he loves traveling. Well, and if we can't travel, at least we can travel with this cell phone, right? So you can travel with me. He had it built, this Zwinger Palace, at the beginning of the 18th century as an appropriate, splendid setting with gardens for court festivities. Well, court festivities, that sounds a lot like wild parties, don't you think so? So, imagine Augustus the Strong and his friends having wild parties here a couple of 100 years ago. And right now, this is this is the opposite of a party. It's pretty much empty. Some people are working here. There are constructions all over the place, and well, 2 or 3 people are passing through, and me showing you Zwinger Palace. Believe me, in the summertime, with no pandemic, this place is packed with tourists. So, you guys are lucky that the view is not obstructed right now. So in the 19th century, this palace was made into a museum which displays paintings, Meißner porcelain and historical scientific tools. And I'd like to show you, well, one of the most beautiful spots here at Zwinger Palace, the so-called Nymphenbad, the Nymphs bath. It's down that way. Actually, there's no one here, and it feels a little odd to wear a mask. But those are the rules, and I try to be a good example. So, let's head to Nymphenbad in Zwinger Palace in Dresden. There it's written, Aufgang zum Nymphenbad. So it says I have to take the stairs to get to the Nymphenbad. But I have to take the stairs first. And maybe you guys know that. Climbing up the stairs during the pandemic, when you don't do a lot of sports and you have a mask on, you're wearing a mask, makes your heart beat faster. It's amazing that all these beautiful and old buildings are still there since Dresden was burnt down. Yes, in 1945 there was a big bombing here in the city center. So I think more than 90% were destroyed, 90% of the buildings. So they had to rebuild a lot of that stuff. And they did that. And well, just take a look around. They did a pretty good job. This is just beautiful. We can get closer here. Please don't ask me who's that. Baby number 1, baby number 2. But let's continue. I promised the Nymphs bath, the so-called Nymphenbad. Unfortunately, I can't go down, but here's like a little balcony and we can take a look from up here. You can hear the sound of the fountain. I have to admit it's a little dirty, and maybe it doesn't look that impressive to you from up here, but if you're standing down there, yes, it looks like one of the most beautiful Baroque fountains in Europe. There's always a construction. She looks like she's crying. Yeah, she's missing the tourists. But I'm here with you guys, so no need to cry. All right. One of the most beautiful Baroque fountains in Europe. The so-called Nymphenbad at Zwinger Palace in Dresden, in the east of Germany, in the state of Saxony. My name is Lukas, I'm from DW Travel, and we're live on YouTube, and I'm taking you on a tour through the city of Dresden. And I'm not alone. There are some people here. So, I could take a shortcut over there, but I think it's better to pass through the Zwinger again. So we can take a last view at this beautiful palace. Hallo, Oh, look at that. I don't think he's a tourist. He's just walking the dog and using Zwinger Palace for that. Well, imagine that. A couple of hundred years ago, there were wild parties with Augustus the Strong. And, well, like I said before, this is the complete opposite of it. So nothing's going on. Almost no tourists. But the buildings there are still there. Beautiful as always. Okay. Zwinger Palace in Dresden. Let's continue. I have to switch the hand again. Oh, I'm warming up. I can feel the coffee I just drank. Whew. It was pretty strong. It's not like the coffee I make at home. Okay. We are leaving Zwinger Palace in order to head to the Opera House. Hello. Evgeny just commented that there are a lot of beautiful places we're showing on this tour. Yes, and we're not done yet. So that's the part of the historical city center we've already seen with Dresden Cathedral, Church of Our Lady, and so on. And on that side, Evgeny, we continue with beautiful buildings. This is the so-called Semperoper. It is one of Europe's most elegant opera houses. And I think I can take my mask off here. So this is the Semperoper, one of Europe's most elegant opera houses. Neo-Renaissance building, it was completed in 1878. But let me take off my mask. It's not too cold anymore. All right. Believe it or not, but that's the sun. Yes, we have sun in Germany. That makes me happy. That changes everything. So my name is Lukas. I'm from DW Travel. We're live on YouTube and I'm taking you on a tour through Dresden. And now, with my friend, the sun. I don't know how's the weather in your place, where you're watching from. I hope it's better than here. But believe me, the sun changes everything. Okay. Yes, Andrzej is saying Leipzig is really wonderful. I would like to advise a visit to Bautzen. Yes, Leipzig is beautiful, but right now we're in Dresden. And that's not too far away from Bautzen, actually. Anyway, this is the Semperoper, like I said. The architect Gottfried Semper focused both on the perfection of form and sound. The acoustics of the Semperoper, so this opera building here, they're famous the world over. And unfortunately, I had to mention it a lot of times during this tour. During the World War II, this building was completely destroyed. So it took until 1985 for the Opera House to be reopened. I'm gonna get on the other side of the square so you can have a better view of the Opera House. Oh, the sun is out. Jetzt ist die Sonne draußen, jetzt ist alles besser, oder? I know it's windy, I can't change that. There's no place to hide on this big square, but anyway. Turn off the sound if it's too annoying, but this is Semperoper in Dresden. Very famous opera house. That's Zwinger Palace. And that's Semperoper. Yeah, I can't decide whether I like the Semperoper better than the Frauenkirche or the other way around. Anyway, they're both beautiful buildings. Any meaning? Yeah, Semperoper. Semper. So Semper is the name of Gottfried Semper. An architect. Gottfried Semper is an architect, and well, he built the so-called Semperoper. Oper is German for opera. All right. We continue. This is Theaterplatz Square, and we continue to Augustus Bridge, where our little tour started, and we head to the other side of the River Elbe. Now the sun is out, everything's fine. What's the temperature, Lukas? Dan is asking. I think it's like 8 degrees Celsius, but with the sun it feels a little warmer. So everywhere's construction, construction, construction. Let's see if I can cross here to the bridge. If it's open on that side. No, it's not. I have to go the other way around. Johanna is saying it looks empty. Yes, it does. There are little people in the streets. So almost no tourists. Ah, look here. That's the way to Augustusbrücke. Yes, well, that's all because of the pandemic. Almost no tourists, little people in the streets. Eric Molina is asking, where are all the people? Well, I think they are at home. Except the construction workers. They keep working, working, working. Leonard Torres. Hi Lucas, watching all the way from the Philippines. Hello. And we have people from Offenburg. Hello to Offenburg. Sorry. Okay. In order to show you the other side of the Elbe River, I have to cross the bridge, Augustus Bridge. That's the spot where I started my little tour for you guys. And yes, there's a construction going on that might be a little noisy in the background, but that's how it is. They won't stop because Lukas is taking a tour. So that's the spot I started my tour. Amit is asking if he can travel during COVID times from Offenburg to Dresden. That's from, well, basically from all the west to the east of Germany. Yes, okay, it is not recommended. Yes, it's better to stay at home. That's why we're doing these tours, so you can be here in Dresden, although you're in Offenburg. I think it is possible, but I don't recommend it. After the pandemic, that's better. Well, here's another nice view of Dresden. Last year I was on the very same spot, and this construction here on my left, it never stops. I think they're trying to put the train tracks on the bridge. Might take a while. Feel free to ask questions. I'll try to answer them. So this is DW Travel live on YouTube with my little tour through Dresden. What time is it now? It's 3:30 p.m. No, 4. Oscar Gonzalez. Oscar Gonzalez from Mexico is asking when I'm going to Mexico. Bueno, Oscar, buena pregunta. A mí me gustaría ir ahora, ya, a México, pero no puedo por la pandemia. Pero después de la pandemia sí voy a México. So I'd like to travel. I love to travel, and I'd like to go to Mexico as soon as possible. But because of the pandemic, that's not possible. I don't know, maybe next year? So right now we're on the other side of the river Elbe. This is Innere Neustadt, and this is the historical city center. Over there you can see the Church of Our Lady, Dresden's Academy of Fine Arts, all the ships down there, River Elbe, the riverbanks. Yes, Rakesh, this channel is in English. I just responded to a user from Mexico. Leona Torres is asking, how many languages do you speak? I speak 5 languages. Yes, I speak 5 languages: German, English, Spanish, Portuguese, and a little French. half an hour ago, someone asked, what's your favorite spot in Dresden? Well, it's this spot. A beer garden, very German and very closed right now. Well, because of the coronavirus crisis, this thing's closed. I hope it opens soon and I can have a cold beer here, because this is just the perfect place. You know, you grab your beer there and you sit here on the stairs, or you just walk down there and, well, I don't have to say anymore. This is the perfect view of Dresden. Imagine sitting here with a coffee, with a cold beer, and just watching the people and the ships go by. Augustus Bridge, Church of Our Lady, and the Academy of Fine Arts. Oscar is saying he likes the good vibe of this live stream. Sí, de nada, Oscar. Okay, it's time to change again my arm. So this is the Elbe River banks. And this is a bicycle highway. So if I want to cross, I gotta make sure not to be involved in an accident. All right. So I take you down to the River Elbe. Here can be flooded or is flooded regularly, because from time to time the water level of the River Elbe changes. But it's no problem if it's here, you know. But if it hits the buildings there or there, that's when things get ugly. Hello. So on the banks of the Elbe River, you can enjoy, and I don't have to mention it, a panoramic view of the cityscape. During the summer, there are movie nights held here on the river meadows, and, well, making it probably Germany's most beautiful open-air cinema. It's a pretty special point of view, a pretty special spot I'd like to show you. It's over there and we're gonna head there soon. But first I'd like to show you the River Elbe up close. And Dresden in the federal state of Saxony. Shailesh is saying, looks like Florence. Yes, that's a nice comment. Yeah, actually, it's called in German Elbflorenz. So, Florence on the Elbe. Yeah, there are some similarities, but it's not Florence. This is Dresden. And you can smell it, but I can't smell it. The river is a little smelly. Let's continue. Feel free to ask any questions. I try to answer them. This is Lukas from DW Travel. We're live on YouTube and I'm taking you on a tour through Dresden. Johanna is asking if I've been to Florence before. No. But I read about it and I've seen pictures. Yes, and I'm not the only one enjoying the view on the riverbanks. There are other people down there taking pictures of Dresden's skyline or silhouette. Someone is saying I need to go to Florence. Yes, I'd love to after the pandemic. Have you been inside the Semperoper, the opera house? That's the opera house in the background over there. No, I haven't been inside the Semperoper, I think. No. So this is a beautiful spot here. And in summertime there are a lot of people here doing sports, walking around, strolling with a dog, drinking a beer, watching the sunset, watching Dresden's silhouette from this side, Augustus Bridge and Semperoper. And, well, that's because of the construction. That's not a Baroque building. No people because of the lockdown, or it's just cold? Maybe both. People should stay at home. I think they stick to that rule. And it's not that cold anymore. It's been colder an hour ago. Yes, and I'd like to go over there. That's the last spot of my tour. And there are already some people up there. And over there, that might be interesting. There's a so-called Schnelltestzentrum. So a COVID-19 rapid test. So down that way you can do a COVID-19 test. They have a lot of those centers in Germany. So everybody in Germany can check for COVID-19 if he's infected or not, once a week for free. But this is the last spot I'd like to show you. And it's a pretty interesting spot. I'm not the only one here. This is Canaletto's view. So the artist Canaletto, he stood here with his easel in 1748 to paint his famous view of Dresden. So that's his view he had here a couple of hundred years ago. Well, and that's how it looks like right now. So that's the spot. Changed that much. The cityscape you can see pretty clear. With the Frauenkirche church, Dresden Castle and Dresden Cathedral, it has hardly changed. So let's compare. There's Augustus Bridge, Frauenkirche Church, and Dresden Cathedral. And if we look here, Augustus Bridge, Frauenkirche Church, and the Cathedral. except that crane, you know. In 1748, so like 250 years ago, Canaletto put his easel here, where I'm standing right now, and he painted this, seeing that. I think, well, my favorite spot on this tour was Frauenkirche, Church of Our Lady, and the Semperoper, the opera house. And this is the end of my tour. I tried not to talk too much, so you could enjoy a little bit of Dresden without me talking. So just enjoy this beautiful view of the old town of Dresden. Thank you for watching, and I hope you can visit Dresden soon when the pandemic. Thank you for watching. Please stay safe, and if you like, you can check out our channel here on YouTube. We have a lot of videos. This live stream is just one of a lot of videos on the channel. You can check out our DW Travel Instagram. We're also on Facebook and of course on television, DW TV, where we have our show Check In, and in Spanish it's Escapate. So thanks for watching. Sorry for the wind, that's annoying a little bit, and I've seen that there have been some technical problems from time to time, so I think the stream was interrupted. That's due to the signal, that might happen, but anyway, it's live. So thanks for watching, and I say goodbye to you with this beautiful view. Oh. Alright, bye bye, see you next time.